What's going on, you guys? It's Ron here with your $2,000 fourth stimulus check and recurring stimulus check update, plus the latest from the Biden Republican negotiating table, including the new $547 billion stimulus proposal from House Democrats who simply could not wait any longer. Plus, later in this video, we're also going to cover all of the stimulus and the stimulus checks that are going out right now, so be sure to stay tuned for those checks. We'll also be covering the popular movie theater AMC stock and how to turn $1,000 into $25,000. Is AMC the best stock to buy right now? We'll get into all that later in this video, but first, I just want to say welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And for those who are brand new to the channel, my name's Ron. We cover all things personal finance, investing, cryptocurrencies, stocks, and of course, stimulus check updates and stimulus packages. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap that notification bell. That way you know as soon as I release new videos and updates. All right, President Biden has rejected the latest Republican offer in his latest phone meeting with lead Republican negotiator, Senator Shelley Moore Capito. And White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said in a statement that Capito raised Republicans' current offer by $50 billion and that President Biden expressed his gratitude for her effort and goodwill. And he also indicated that the current offer did not meet his objectives to grow the economy, tackle the climate crisis, and create new jobs. President Biden also agreed to meet again with Capito next week. Technically, I guess that's this week. And it's uncertain right now how long President Biden's actually going to keep up with bipartisan negotiations before they ultimately resort to the reconciliation route again. Now, some White House officials have predicted that this will go on until around mid-June. Now, Jen Psaki, she suggested that the White House would actually put a cap on how long it's actually going to negotiate with Republicans. And she said there are some realities of timelines and in the talks, including the fact that Congressman DeFazio is leading the markup of key components of the American Jobs Plan next week. Now, both Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, they want to be able to get this stimulus package passed by this July. And I'm pretty sure you guys want to get a stimulus package passed as well, right? President Biden himself also set a deadline for signing the stimulus bill before the August Congress recess. So, clock's ticking. Also, getting a head start, the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee Chair, Peter DeFazio, he announced a humble $547 billion infrastructure bill that covers the parts that his particular committee works on. Now, this particular bill is called the Invest in America Act, which would actually dedicate $343 billion to roads, bridges, and for safety, $109 billion for transit systems, and $95 billion for passenger and for freight rail. Now, DeFazio, he called the legislation a once-in-a-generation opportunity to move our transportation planning out of the 1950s and toward our clean energy future. Now, here's the more interesting part. There's no pay for included since that's not part of his committee's jurisdiction. But you know whose jurisdiction that is? It's the House Ways and Means Committee, the exact same House Ways and Means Committee, which 7 members are pushing for recurring stimulus checks and for unemployment boost extensions. Now, according to their letter to President Biden, families and workers shouldn't have to worry about whether they'll have enough money to pay for essentials in the months ahead as the country continues to fight a global pandemic and recession. Their letter also mentions the sweeping effect the proposals would actually have on poverty. And I quote, "While UI replaces lost income for those out of work, direct payments are crucial for supporting struggling families that fall out of its reach. A 4th and 5th check could keep an additional 12 million out of poverty." Now, combined with the effects of the American Rescue Plan, direct payments could reduce the number in poverty in 2021 from 44 million to 16 million. So a 4th stimulus check is certainly a very real possibility, as approximately 100 lawmakers are actively putting up a fight to pass the 4th round of stimulus checks. I'll be sure to keep you guys posted on any additional 4th stimulus check developments. Plus, later in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how you can actually get stimulus checks right now. So be sure to stay tuned for those updates later in this video. All right, it's time for your stock market update. Backed by popular demand, many of you guys have asked me to talk more about how to make money in the stock market and, to talk more about how to invest your money to make passive income in the stock market. So here we are. COVID-19 forced a shutdown of many of the movie theater company AMC's roughly 1,000 theaters and 10,000 screens. How many of you guys have been back to the movies since the movie theaters have been reopened? Comment down below, I'd love to know. My brother and his family went recently. He said it was pretty normal in there. Well, shares of the movie theater company AMC have jumped as much as 25% to $59.68 last Monday. That's per share. And this followed an 80% rally in the previous week. Now, I want you guys to know what is going on with this highly profitable stock that everybody's been talking about. But I want you guys to know that I'm not, by no means telling you to buy this stock or even to invest in this stock. This is not trading advice. I just want you guys to know what everyone is talking about when it comes to the AMC stock. Now, there's a lot of hype surrounding the stock, and for good reason. But like I always say, we should always do our own homework and our own due diligence before investing in any stocks or making any kind of investment decisions. Best way to make money is to not lose your money. Now, many of you guys have asked me how to invest your first $1,000. And I think that's a really good question since most people have already received at least $1,000 in stimulus check money by now. But keep in mind, I am not saying that you should invest in AMC stock, but as an example, a $1,000 investment in the AMC movie theater chain would be worth $25,356 right now. That's literally like getting about 25 stimulus checks. And it's really hard to imagine any other type of business or investment that could yield that kind of profit in only 5 months. That's around $5,000 per month gain on your $1,000 investment. Now let's compare that gain to some other popular, well-known stocks that have also performed pretty well previously. Now take that same $1,000 invested in Apple, ticker symbol AAPL, this year, it would be worth just $942. And $1,000 on Tesla stock, ticker symbol TSLA, it's now worth even less, sitting at $839. That's right, that same amount of money invested in these other popular and very well-known companies would have actually yielded a loss during the exact same period that you could have invested in the AMC stock. Now, this is why I prefer the longer-term investment strategies that allow your stocks time to recover and become profitable again. Now, AMC stock last traded 14% higher at around $54. Now keep in mind that the S&P stock market index normally only gains about 10% per year. In fact, the S&P 500 was up 5.2% in April, bringing its year-to-date return to 11.32%. Now, in comparison, AMC pulled off a 2,436% gain in just 5 months. But where's all this AMC stock love coming from, right? Well, AMC stock rallied ferociously as it was a highly shorted stock that took off early this year in 2021. Now, basically, shorting a stock, it simply means that you make money when the stock price goes down. Kind of cool, actually, how that concept works. Now, it's taken the place of GameStop, ticker symbol GME, as the leader in the Reddit forums lately for retail investors. AMC has literally surpassed GameStop to be the favorite on Wall Street Bets forum for Reddit. Retail investors like you and me hang out in these Reddit forums, and we're surrounded by others egging each other on to buy up shares of AMC stocks. Michael Patcher, analyst at Wedbush Securities, recently stated that we recognize it will take AMC years to repay its debt burden and longer until it's able to revisit its growth strategy. And he went on to say that we believe the company has sufficient liquidity to allow it to survive with low utilization through at least the third quarter, now that most of its high-earning theaters have reopened. Liquidity just means it's got a lot of cash. Have any of you guys considered investing in AMC stock? Is AMC stock a good investment to make money on? Drop me a quick comment below right now and let me know what you guys think about this one. Also, let me know if you want me to cover more stocks that you can make money on in future videos. You can just comment down below and say, hey Ron, can you talk more about stocks please? And I'll definitely make sure to make more videos for you. All right, now let's get back into the stimulus updates. Will the fourth stimulus checks be rolling out to millions of Americans, just like the third stimulus checks that have recently gone out? Well, the answer to that is a little bit uncertain, but what we do know for certain is that stimulus checks are going out right now. Now, for some, stimulus checks are already here. Now, let's cover those really quickly. You've got California, New Mexico, and Florida. Those states are sending out more stimulus checks. Big question is, could your state be next? State lawmakers in California stimulus checks of $500 or $600 plus an additional $500 for households with children for eligible residents. Now, following right after that, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, he signed into law a new budget that includes money for $1,000 direct payments. These are stimulus checks, aka direct payments, right? to first responders and to teachers. Now, back in March, the New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department, they issued $600 rebates to some of their residents. Now, these announcements, they come after the latest guidelines from the Treasury Department that specifically said that state and local governments are now allowed to be able to use their portion of the $350 billion in the American Rescue Plan. They are able to use that money for direct assistance to individuals who have been economically harmed by the pandemic. Now, this is really good news, you guys. So in case you guys didn't catch that, the direct assistance directly translates into some serious stimulus checks. And in fact, just last week, the Council of Cherokee Nation, they also approved $2,000 COVID-19 relief checks to all citizens in the Cherokee Nations. Now, good for them. Oh, and in case you missed out on my previous videos, this is not the first wave of state stimulus checks. We've been covering this a lot on this channel. In February, Maryland's governor signed into law a relief package that authorized stimulus payments of $300 for individuals and $500 for joint filers for eligible residents of the state. Now, last December, Colorado announced it would pay $375 to residents that have been impacted by COVID-19. Now, as for stimulus checks in the works, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, he wants to send some residents up to $500. Now, under this particular proposal, a single person who's earning just $15,000 or less per year would be eligible to receive $500, while a couple who is filing jointly and earning up to $30,000 per year could receive $500. Individuals who are earning up to $30,000 or couples earning up to $60,000 per year would receive $250 payments. Now let's see how this plays out in our future videos. And of course, I will definitely keep my ear to the ground looking out for additional news and updates on stimulus from the federal level as well as from the state and local government level. But anyway, guys, that is all for your $2,000 fourth stimulus check update and recurring stimulus check update. We covered President Biden's rejection of the latest Republican counteroffer. We discussed if AMC is the best stock to buy right now, and several stimulus checks that are already approved and or coming and are available to you guys right now. So I hope you guys appreciated everything that we covered in this video. And if you haven't already, do me a huge favor, give this video a big thumbs up. I really appreciate the support, and definitely subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. That way you know as soon as I release new videos and updates. And also, if you haven't already joined the membership, hit the join button right next to the subscribe button. Join the community, join the membership. I'd love to have you guys aboard, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care and be safe.